6.4, consideration of letters of support for the Lake County Historical Society application for grant funding, and this is sponsored by Supervisor Pyska.
Well, I would just like to invite Dr. Parker up to the podium and he can introduce this item.
Good morning, you guys. What a morning, huh? Woo! I think most of you have been to the Eli. If you haven't, you better get out there. I know that guy's been there regularly. We got a donation this year of 17 beautiful horse-drawn carriages, all different kinds. In fact, stand up, you guys. This is just one of the carriages, and this particular one was used in San Francisco to take women from the Presidio downtown to shop and then back to the Presidio. It's a very fancy, it's called an omnibus. We also have a 1906 original U.S. postal delivery wagon, horse-drawn delivery wagon. We've got a sheep herder's wagon. We've got a freight wagon. We've got beautiful 3 or 4 Surreys, you know, with the fringe and everything, plus regular everyday people's get around town carriages. And it's just an amazing collection. They're all immaculately restored. And you can hook up a horse to any one of them right now today and take it around town. This collection, in order to keep it together and have it available for the public for educational purposes, Carol Biggs wanted to donate it locally. So she came to the Historical Society, we looked everything over, and she donated the whole bunch. Right now, most of them are in a hangar over here at Lamson Field. We need a carriage display house at the Eli Museum to display these carriages. We've put together a grant proposal to the Hobson Lucas Foundation. You probably heard of George Lucas. Anyway, he and his wife have a foundation. They give grants for this kind of thing. And we put together the proposal. We sent it off. We need some support for that proposal, so we came to you for a support letter. It's just an amazing opportunity. There's only one other museum in California that really has a collection of carriages this big, and it's down in San Diego. So unless you want to drive through LA to get there, you're not going to see them. But the collection is really neat because it gives you all the different types of transportation that happened here in California for all the different, I guess you would say, classes of people, all the different types of industries, you know, from, the take your stuff to market wagons to something as fancy as this. When it's raining in San Francisco, the driver can be inside that thing with the leads going out to the horses through little holes in the front window. So, it's just like perfect. You got your nice hat on, your beautiful parasol, and you don't get wet in San Francisco. It's just an amazing thing, and I think if we can get this done, we're going to be the second only museum in California that has a collection of carriages and wagons like this. The lady that donated them has a stipulation. Whenever she wants to bring over a horse and hook one up and take it out, she has the ability to do that. That was her stipulation. The other stipulation was to keep them all together and in a protected environment so that they will last as long as possible. Anyways, I want to thank you all for helping out with this grant application, with your letter of support, and come on out to the Eli. We are the only all-volunteer, all-donation-run museum in Lake County. So we don't get any funds from anybody. It's just These two ladies run the whole museum right here. No, we actually have about 30 really good volunteers that come out. If you haven't been to the Fiddler's Jam once a month, come out to the Fiddler's Jam. It's a blast. We're doing everything to raise money for this thing. This is our, we got a GoFundMe page. We're also on June 7th, we're going to have a huge hoedown with the Fargo Brothers Band and a big barbecue and everything to raise money for this project right here. And come on out to the Eli and check it out.
Great. Thanks, John.
All right.
Dr. Parker. We're so lucky to have this museum and this collection, and we want to do what we can to help it be protected and also let the people of Lake County be able to see the carriages. So
All right.
happy to support this letter.
Thank you.
Dr. Parker, I appreciate all the work that you do when it comes to this historic, especially volunteers. You know, as I've learned from you, the whole purpose of any type of archaeology or history is to know how we've lived and to keep that preserved. You know, even when it dates back further than, you know, in the, you know, times before, you know, settlement or anything like that. It's knowing how we've lived so that we can learn from that. And if we don't keep that, you know, preserved, and we don't, you know, have the accurate information and the, you know, the carriages or any of the artifacts in place, then, you know, it gets distorted, and it's just the way that things happen. So it's very important that we support and ensure that a lot of this is preserved. So I just wanted to thank you on that. I'm in support of this, obviously, and I think that I got a couple pens up here, so I'll start with Vice Chair, and then you have one too. All right. And
yeah, this is an amazing museum that we have out here available, and I'm highly in support of this and wish there was more we could do at this point, but I think it's something that we need to continue to be engaged with into the future and make sure that you know, we help where we can. This is also a huge part of our economic development when we can, you know, encourage people to come in here from other areas and visit the Eli Stage and the other museums that we have. So, thank you.
Supervisor, and then Supervisor Owen.
Yeah, just real quick, and I don't mean to nitpick on there, but it says we've seen tourists from 13 countries, 34 states, and then it says 142 California counties.
Oh, cities, I'm sorry.
Okay, I was wondering if we needed to say 42 counties,
Right, I
or
don't think we have that many.
so if we can change that to cities, that would be perfect. That would be the only thing that I would make a request for change. Other than that, fully support it. Thank you for bringing this to us, and glad people are continuously donating to enhance our museum experience.
Yeah, it's great. You know, this county really is, well, the Tango Mike folks are a good example. This county really is all about giving back and, you know, giving to the public and trying to make the world a better place for those that come after us. You know, that's my whole life is, you know, my dad taught me that, you know, we're only here for a short amount of time. So while you're here, try to make this a little bit better for those that come after us. All right.
Supervisor Owen.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you for putting this together. This is really exciting for me. And I know my grandfather drove some of the wagons, you know, and the stages and the wagons here in Lake County, in South County, and in and out of the mines. And so this is pretty exciting. And I would love to come and see you guys. And I might even have some stuff I might want to donate.
Well, we're always open and looking for new ways to present history to the public. I've gone to museums my whole life.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of museums, you just walk in and there's a display and you look at it and you read something and you don't really experience history. You just kind of, you know, you learn about it. But for me, it's a hands-on thing. I want to go in, I want to smell history. I want to taste it. I want to see it in action. You know, when we put together our blacksmith shop, that's perfect. You walk in there, you smell the coal burning, you hear the sounds, you see what's going on. You know, it's that, to me, that's what a museum should be doing. And I think these wagons and carriages, they're going to work right into that. You know, it's perfect. That's why we have the Fiddler's Jam once a month. You know, you go there, you can see the music, you can hear the music, you can dance to the music. You know, it's like stepping back into the 1860s, 1870s, and we don't have time machines, but if we did, I'd certainly want to use one. I'd want to go back and talk to EJ's great grandparents. I mean, we got 700 generations of Native American people in Lake County. That's history. I mean, that's.
And you're a big part of helping preserve that. I know that, I was reading through my aunt's information over the weekend, and your name was listed on the Robinson Rancheria when they initiated in the 80s.
Oh,
and your name was listed on there. I was like, I didn't know he was part of Robinson, too, of that, so it's just.
I did the original archaeological survey for that land when it was put into status for the reservation.
Yeah.
And, I've been doing this since 1971 in Lake County, where this county is just like the end of the rainbow. If you're interested in history and prehistory. The oldest lake in the Americas. Does it get any better than that? It doesn't. But thank you.
They were using these carriages up into the 20s and 30s, and I think even close to the 40s, because my great aunt Frida, I'm sure said when she was young, when they would drive out to the Yocha Dehe tribe to go, visit for funerals, she said we'd get on the carriage and,
get
they were
those
using
horses
it
going.
that far in. So
yeah, no, it's amazing, and it's just to be a part of it here in Lake County is just really special, I think, just thank you all for all your support. Come out to the Eli. We're having a blast out there.
all right.
Thank you.
Go ahead and open it up to the public if there's any comments that anyone would like to make. Anyone on Zoom? Oh, look, we do have someone. Thank you.
Hi, Elaine Brown. I walked in late, so I don't know, for marketing of your place, I don't know, in the fall, if you can have a fall festival down in Lakeport, or for Christmas, where I'm from, Visalia, at Christmas time, they have horse-drawn carriages, on Thursday night, and it's part of they're open till 8 p.m., and then it's just part of the fun of having a horse-drawn carriage. So it might be a way to market, but you might have already talked about that, so just putting that out there.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone on Zoom?
All right.
Okay.
All right, with that, I'll bring it back to the board. And
All right. Well, before I make the action, I just want to remind everyone that you can join the Historical Society. There's all different levels. You can make an annual contribution right to the society, and Fiddler's Jams are the first Sunday of the month. They're always really fun. If you haven't been, Supervisor Owen, check it out, especially in the spring.
First Saturday or Sunday?
First Sunday.
Okay, this has June 7th?
That's
the hoedown.
That's
Okay.
the hoedown, but there's the monthly Fiddler's Jam. All right, and I move that we approve the letter of support for the Lake County Historical Society application for grant funding and authorize the chair to sign as amended.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0-0. All right.